Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. If you hear something in the background, it's just Alex, him talking about the Royal Rumble 2023. I will do that review in the future, but right now I've just finished the Royal Rumble 2006, not today actually. So let's see. I'll be back real quick. Okay, I'll lower the volume just in case. But let's get started with the 2006 Royal Rumble, which is my favorite Royal Rumble, to be quite honest with you. I like Royal Rumble 2006. So, without further, excuse me, without further ado, let's go. And I think this card was a, I think this match was a dark match, because I don't remember this match. It was Fiddly versus Brian Kendrick. So I don't know what happened in this match. It most likely was a dark match, but Fiddly wins. It was literally 2 minutes and 7 seconds. So if you cared about how long it was. So we open up the card with um Gregory Helms, big fan. Kid Cash, or Crush, but it's not Crush, it's Cash with a K. Um Jamie Noble, Nunzio, Paul London, and Fanaki. There, it took me a while to say that. And it's for the Cruiserweight Championship. The Cruiserweight Open for the for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. This match was pretty good. It went back and forth. It was 7 minutes and 40 seconds long, and to be quite honest, yeah, it felt really good. I wish it lasted a little longer, maybe like about one more minute. It almost was up to 8 minutes, so why not finish it, you know? But this match was good, and who won was Gregory Helms. Gregory Helms does win. He wins, and he is from Raw, and he becomes the cruiserweight champion, the new cruiserweight champion. Who was the former cruiserweight champion? It was Kid Cash. So there's that. Kid Cash did not do that bad. He kind of reminds me of a young Roddy Piper. Just saying. I don't know. He's just reminding me of a young Roddy Piper for some reason. But yeah, I think the match was fine. Pretty good opener. And that's how you start the Rumble. And we did get a little bit of, scenes in the back with, McMahon talking with the ladies, the divas, talking to Tori Wilson, Victoria, and the very sexy Candice Michelle, doing little, ruthless aggression things to them, basically, little sexual things. Then a few people come in, pick up the number Randy on picks up a number, and so does Triple H. Yo, it's this scene is fucking hilarious. There's a reason why I want to talk about it. Is because this is my favorite version of Triple H. This is. I love the 2006 Triple H. I've always enjoyed this version of Triple H, to be quite honest. I loved it as a kid, and I still love it as an adult, you know? Um, Basically, this whole thing of like Randy looking at Triple H, and it's like, Triple H, Randy looks at his number, it's like, okay. Triple H looks at his number. At first, Triple H is like, reality. Reality is going to set in. Takes his number, and Randy Orton packs on his shoulder and he's like, reality. Yo, highlight of this whole pay per view. Highlight. Just saying, man. I want to point out some of the highlights that I think they all highlights. But here's another highlight, in my opinion. Before we get this match, Trish Stratus is the women's um referee in this match. She is refereeing the match of Mickie James versus Ashley. Rest in peace, Ashley. One of my favorite divas, also women wrestlers, also. And this is when Mickie James was hot. Mickie James, not literally hot, but she was. She's fucking sexy. I love this version of Mickie James. I always have it. I always will. To be quite honest with you. To, you could say I'm biased because I grew up with her with it, but Mickie James is at her peak of hotness here, in my opinion. Not to say she's not attractive or not hot. She is. She's still attractive and still beautiful. But here, oh my God, everyone wants to fuck her, literally. And that ass. That's all I need to say about that. That ass. And before the match, you hear Mickie James going up to Trish, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm just." Trish is like, "Yeah, I'm going to call it right down the middle." And Lita and not Lita, but Mickie James is like, "I love you," and you hear the crowd. They were so progressive. No, but yo man, that shit was crazy. I still can remember that happened. But who wins the match is Mickie James. Mickie James wins this women's match, and it wasn't a bad match, to be quite honest with you. Mickey James was, Ashley and Mickey James were going at it and everything like that, but obviously Mickey James was dominating by the end and actually lose to Mickey James. So, and that match was 7 minutes and 44 seconds, longer than the beginning match, the cruiserweight match. And this match, yeah, this match is not long. It's 1 minute and 51 seconds. This is the Boogeyman versus John Bradshaw Layfields with Jillian Hall. Have you ever watched? Have you ever watched the part where Boogeyman takes Jillian's Hall wart, squishes it, and goes like this and eats it? I remember that as a kid. Good God. So the Boogeyman wins in this match. JBL tries to, fight Boogeyman, and it doesn't really work all that well. So, I mean, I'm a big fan of Boogeyman, and I like JBL too. It's just that this match could have been better. I noticed with a lot of Boogeyman matches, it's just not as good as it should be. I wonder why. Maybe they're just showing Boogeyman as a spectacle. Because you got to understand too that sometimes wrestling is all about spectacle, and if you have a wrestler that's a spectacle person, like Bray Wyatt was with the Fiend, it could hurt the wrestler or it can help the wrestler. It just depends. So, um, but has WWE ever made it well? It again going back, it depends who it is. So Boogeyman wins. It's the fourth match on the card. It's literally 1 minute and 54 minutes. So do you care? I don't think you do. So and then we go to the 30-man Royal Rumble match. This should have been the main event, in my opinion. If not, then the next match should have been the main event. But overall, this Royal Rumble match was good. You had Vince McMahon interfering in with trying to eliminate Shawn Michaels at the Royal Rumble. Then Shane comes in and eliminates Shawn Michaels. The first entry to enter to the Royal Rumble match was Triple H. That's why Triple H was pissed off. Reality. And the second to appear was Rey Mysterio. Um, I'm not going to talk about the whole Eddie girl stuff because I can literally be here all day, and you guys don't care for that. So, trust me, you don't care for what I have to say about that. You don't. You just don't. But moving on. And I'm talking about in a spiritual enlightenment way. So yeah, you don't care. But I'm talking about to the general people. They don't give a shit. So why should I even fucking waste my breath on people that don't give a shit? So yeah. So moving on. This match was an hour, 2 minutes, and 12 seconds. And this match was really fucking good. This is one of my favorite Rumble matches. Yeah, you have some jobbers in this match, but you still got pretty good people too. For crying out loud, there was a fucking there was a joke that Jerry the King Lawler made when Robbie and Dan, I think, or Matt Hardy went on top of Viscera, tried to choke him and shit like that, and the King made a freaking joke saying that, look, he's climbing on Viscera like Brokeback Mountain, and I'm like, but you could tell Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler was dying. They was dying of laughter. They couldn't hold in their laughter. It was so goddamn funny that I couldn't stop laughing. It was so goddamn funny. I'm like, don't tell me they just said that. They literally just said that. That shit is fucking hilarious. Highlight again. You know. Ray wins the Royal Rumble match by eliminating Randy Orton. Again, great match. Really great match. Really great Rumble. One of my favorite Royal Rumbles, to be honest. Excuse me, sorry. I ate not that long ago. Beans. But moving on. The next match, in my opinion, should have been the main event, but it's not. Or the Royal Rumble match should have been the main event, but it's not. And this match is 15 minutes and 1 second. It is John Cena versus Edge for the WWE Championship, right next to the very sexy Lita. Let me talk about Lita real quick. She is just, I love Lita right here. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've always been a Lita fan, but this one, oh, yes, have my babies. So Cena wins in this match. He wins. He not retains, but he wins the WWE Championship belt by submission. He does the STF on Edge, and Edge taps out mainly because Lita was trying to interfere. Then Edge, because what is it? Cena was trying to do something to Lita. Like Lita was trying to distract Cena, and Cena comes in, grabs her from the hair, just grabs her in general. Edge comes, hits her. Then Cena comes in. I think he does an AA, like FU, then does the STF, then he taps out. So that's it. And Cena wins. I do want to point this out. Cena's entrance is really cool. I like Cena's entrance in this Royal Rumble match. Really cool. Really awesome. I like how the commentaries were like, what is this, a spaceship? If you know in a spiritual enlightenment way, you'd be like, oh. And the main event. This is the only reason why it's the main event. But the main event is 9 minutes and 29 seconds. Yes. And it's Kurt Angle versus Mark Henry. To be quite honest, guys, I know some people might look at this match and be like, why is this the main event? I'll tell you why. It's because Mark Henry and Kurt Angle were the beasts at this point. They were. Kurt Angle was the wrestling machine, and Mark Henry would start doing the whole, Hall of Pain, I think, around this time. Yo, all I have to say is this. Mark Henry versus Kurt Angle is great. I think it's a good match. Is it the best match that these two probably ever had? No, it's not. It's not. It's not the best match they ever had. But it is a good match. And the people were into it. The people were really into it. They were into this match. And I remember being into this rivalry between Mark Henry and Kurt Angle. I remember Mark Henry destroying Kurt Angle at SmackDown. And then Kurt Angle just gets up like he's the wrestling machine, basically. And the commentators are like, oh my God, And then after this Royal Rumble, after this Royal Rumble, SmackDown happens, and then you have Taker. Literally, Taker is facing off with Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle does the angle slam on Mark Henry. Even the commentators are like, "Oh, that's the biggest Kurt Angle slam I've ever seen." And then Kurt Angle was like, "Yeah, see what you can do, big man." And I think Undertaker picks up Mark Henry and tombstones him. And then at that point, literally, Kurt Angle was like, in shock and shit. That's your opponent for No Way Out, which is another great match between Kurt Angle and Undertaker. My God, that match is. I need to do that pay-per-view eventually, but there's another pay-per-view. There's another No Way Out pay-per-view I would like to do before that one. So there's a lot of other wrestling pay-per-views that I want to do before that one, to be quite honest. Because I'm going to talk about the 2023 Royal Rumble, not in this video, but in another video. But and I think that's it. I think that's it for the Royal Rumble 2006. Oh yeah, Kurt Angle wins this match, the main event. He wins, he retains his championship, and then all of a sudden, done. Undertaker comes, and and he uses the lightning and everything like that, goes to the arena, and then the arena breaks and everything like that. And Undertaker is challenging Kurt Angle for the World Heavyweight Championship, and you close off the show like that, basically. Great match, great pay per view. To be quite honest with you, I can see why they ended the pay per view the way they ended it. But you really didn't need to do it like that. But hey, whatever. I didn't care. It was still a good Royal Rumble. I had fun with it. Royal Rumble 2006 is a great Royal Rumble from beginning to end, in my opinion. I don't think people are going to look at this Royal Rumble and be like, "Oh, this is crap." No, come on, man. Are there better Royal Rumbles? Yes, there is. But is this a terrible Royal Rumble? Oh God, no. Hell no, far from it. You still have good matches. You still have entertaining moments that will happen in this pay-per-view. And you really got good highlights, like I mentioned before. So if that can hold you over, there you go. So what I give this rating for Royal Rumble, I give it a 7.8 out of 10, or maybe an 8 out of 10. Yeah, and I don't mind it all that much. I think this match was really cool. I loved this pay-per-view. One of my favorite pay-per-views of all time, around 2006. It's my favorite pay-per-view, right next to WrestleMania 22, in my opinion. I feel like they should have just made a whole package of being hyped up from the beginning to WrestleMania to the end of WrestleMania. Like at the end of Raw and then SmackDown, basically. Like once you had the week of Raw and SmackDown where WrestleMania was happening, that's it. That's the ending for the DVD, basically. That's what I would have done if I was putting it all shoved together. Even though the WrestleMania 22 DVD is already stacked with a lot of content, so much content. If you have the original WrestleMania 22 DVD, because that there has an extra show, which is Saturday Night Live when Shane McMahon versus Shawn Michaels happens. Good match in that one, but that's another story for another day. But hey guys, This is one of my favorite pay-per-views. I'm glad you guys watched it with me. What do you guys think about Royal Rumble 2006? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you wish there was certain things that could have happened in this pay-per-view? Were you entertained with this pay-per-view? You know, I love, again, going back, I love the fucking set to this pay-per-view. Love it. So, and I think that's how I'm going to end it off. So, I'll see you guys later. Be safe and take care.